Hey, y'all, guess what time it is? It is Pimp Juice season. For those who don't know what it is, Pimp Juice is it's a concoction that I come up with that I put on my lawn in place of fertilizers. So if you don't know already, look, my name is Black Diver you can search me on YouTube. So I'm really known for growing a cool season grass like turf type tall fescue in a warm season area, but also just do all types of grass. So I got Bermuda at the back. And one of the things I discovered over years of doing this stuff is that you don't have to spend a lot of money on these fertilizers that people put out or that they try to sell you, and how damaging that stuff is to the environment, to your pocket, your lawn, your kids, your pets, and so on and so forth. And you really don't really need that stuff, but you can have an impeccable lawn for the cheap and a more healthy lawn for the cheap. So this is the stuff that I'm going to use. Now, for the record, if you don't plan on getting yourself a pump sprayer or some type of, just a pump sprayer in general, might as well don't even look at the rest of this video, because this is what you're going to need in order to put this stuff down. And I will go so far as to say that you will need this product here before you would need a spreader like this. As a matter of fact, I would go so far as that you wouldn't even need this spreader. You should be having something like this right here, which is a compost spreader. But that's not the subject of this video, so let's get into it. Now, this is part of the video where I just go ahead and give it to you because you got so many people out there who just want it now. They want to listen to they don't want to listen to the receipts that you have. And for the people who don't know, receipts are just the proof. Either you're providing the proof or you're giving them the link to the proof to go and research for themselves. But this right here, I'm going to tell you, Pimp Juice is considered of a fish fertilizer, humic acid, kelp, molasses, and surfactant. That's the baseline ingredients, but you can do so much more. You can add to this, take away from, but it really does a job on a lot of stuff that I'm going to go over for you. So let's go quick down. Let's go down the line of what we're going to have on here and how much we're going to use. And probably the star of the show is the fish fertilizer. And the amount that I use on this is 4 ounces per gallon, like every 2 weeks. But sometimes I do this weekly during the heat of the summer. I spray it on here weekly, and that amount would be like 3 ounces, but 4 ounces per gallon. So what I use on this, I actually use 3 ounces of this per gallon. And I put this, you can use it every week. You can do it every 2 weeks, but my go-to is 3 ounces. The instructions will tell you 4 to 5. I'm using 3 because of how often I apply it. That's of the fish fertilizers. Next, I use organic humic acid. On this right here, it also has like a 4 ounce concentrate, but I'm mixing it with another product. So I only use about 2 ounces of this because I'm going to mix it with this here, which is organic kelp. I'm using 2 ounces. So I'm using 2 ounces per gallon on both of these. And I'm using this molasses. Molasses, it's got the same type of usage for me. I use about 3 ounces per gallon. And I use a surfactant. Not that much of this. If you don't have a surfactant, you don't have to buy this. You can get something like Dawn dishwasher liquid. And I use about 1 ounce or 1.5 ounces of surfactant per 1,000 square feet, which is also a gallon. So what does this stuff do? Look, if you don't know already, plants feed off of decaying organism, decaying matter. It feeds off of the microorganisms in the lawn that are breaking down stuff like poop, breaking down stuff like grass, breaking down leaves, breaking down dead insects and all that other stuff. That's how your grass is being fed. And it's also breaking down like plants that like plants about to die right now. Warm season is about to come along, so the cool season plants are about to die. So those decaying plants being eaten up by insects and microbes are actually what provides nutrients to the lawn. And this is no different. This is going to provide organic matter. This is going to feed the lawn. Now, this stuff right here, these microbes, this is a stimulant here. This is just going to help your grass. It's going to help your grass uptake the nutrients. All these are going to work in conjunction with each other. These right here, this molasses is going to really feed the organisms and make them go crazy. This is going to add, like, the best way I can say is like putting syrup on your pancakes. Well, this is what's happening, and this is what helps the thatch in your lawn. It helps it because the microbes are being stimulated, and that stimulation is also what's good for the lawn. And of course, surfactant, if you don't know, it makes products stick to the leaf blade. And what's important about that is because grass can also feed directly from the leaf blades. You know, when it rains or even nitrogen right out of the air, your plants can actually absorb that. It can absorb nutrients. It doesn't always have to be in the ground like fertilizer, granular fertilizer that you put out. Grass can also eat from just having the topical layer on them. And so with the surfactant, what that does, it makes the products that you put on spread across the entire leaf of the blades of the leaf. And it also helps when you're putting out, like, say for instance, a weed killer. You want the weed killer to stay on the leaf of the blade. It helps spread it. So that's what the surfactant is going to do. And it reduces surface tension in the lawn. So that's kind of making it like not just a dethatcher, but aeration. It kind of helps with aerating the lawn. So when you get all these products and you put the amount of ounces per gallon per 1,000 square feet off in your container here and get it all mixed up and spread it out, this is a powerful concoction, and it's great for your lawn. And it reduce, if not eliminate, the need for fertilizers. And this is what I've been using on this lawn. This lawn is just now waking up. It's a hot mess, and I'm glad it's a hot mess because I've already made videos about the weeds that I had encountered and just showing the process of just getting rid of them. As you can see, from the brown spots, you can see the weeds dying out, but the grass is steady going. So some of the tougher weeds like the recluse grass, rescue grass, goose grass, and what else? You may have a Dallas grass, Johnson grass, all that. You can see that they are biting the dust. So by the time this grass is full and awakened, it will have a good stronghold on any kind of weeds that are out there. So listen, another thing that I like about this product, about this concoction here, I can add other stuff to it that'll make the lawn pop even more. You can add something which would be right up next on the list. You can add iron to your lawn. See, listen, this stuff costs so much money doing this fertilizer. Those things are like, a bag of fertilizer is like $100 a bag now and up. And I just rather spend my money on other stuff, like that bad boy right there. I'm trying to get back out on the road, and I want to spend money on that. I don't want to spend it on this lawn over here like that, especially when I can just use nature and do all this stuff and have less work, less input. That's what this concoction is going to do for you. because the synthetic fertilizer causes havoc. It increases your fungal issues. A lot of people who deal with fungus a lot right now, the synthetic fertilizer is your number one cause of that. Even insects, synthetic fertilizers, they are running away certain organisms like nematodes, beneficial nematodes. Google that. Google beneficial nematodes, which are organically in the lawn, in compost, in manure. They're there, but they don't like the salt that's in the fertilizer, so it runs them away. And if you don't have those there, you're gonna have an influx of grubs and other types of worms. So it also it dries the lawn out, making compaction a problem. It just the list goes on and on. We figured it out. Now, all those things that I just listed, they got another product to help against that. So you can still have a great lawn. People still have a great lawn using synthetic fertilizer, but they have to use all the other stuff on top of that. And it increases all the other stuff, the necessity for all the other stuff. Whereas you're going to find yourself using less of everything when you go natural. So there's a big YouTuber, I think his name is Doc. He has Super Juice, and that's why I get the name Pimp Juice. Just all it is synthetic stuff. And if you go and use this stuff right here, this is the opposite of it. Much better for your lawn, much better for your pocket, and it's just great. And there's other companies that make this kind of stuff, and they charge a lot of money for this stuff, a lot of money, when you can just go out there and get this stuff in concentrated form like I have. Like this right here I'm coming from last year with this. This is from last year and a year before. You might get depending on the size of your lawn, you probably get years of use out of this. And what you're going to do is, if you go ahead and add compost to your lawn at the beginning of the season, there's no need to add fertilizer at all. It's going to last all season long. And another thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to be mulching your grass. And when you mulch your grass and you got molasses out there, with the increasing the microbe population, it's going to be eating and turning that stuff back into the lawn. And you're going to have a much safer, cleaner, cheaper lawn.